press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi, hello my dear students. Today I am going to start a new chapter, plants living and surviving. Plants living and surviving. In this chapter, you will learn about classification of plants according to the habitat, how plants are affected by their surroundings, how plants of the grass family are useful to us, and then insectivorous plants, and last again about a rainforest. See, these are all the main topics to be covered in this lesson. Okay, yes dear students, in the last chapter you learned about plants, isn't it? So it's a continuation of this part. So other continuation part you study. In the last chapter you learned about photosynthesis, how plants prepare their own food in the process of photosynthesis. You learned in detail, and you learned about parts of a leaf and how does the plants use their food, and you learned about balance in nature and how animals and plants are depend each other. About all these things you learned in the previous session, in the last chapter, isn't it? Yes. In this class, in this lesson, you will learn about continuation of that lesson. So, a lesson na continuation na ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ, ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಿ. Okay? Yes, right. See, you know, our world is very beautiful. It consists many different things. In these things, mainly animals and plants make our world very beautiful. Animals and plants make our world beautiful. If you observe carefully, you will find certain animals and plants are found in particular place. For example, you will never find lotus on land and then cactus in water. No, you will never find. So ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ಕಮಲದ ಹೂವನ್ನ ನೆಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿರೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಕ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆದಿರೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. And some plants prefer to grow in dark and damp places, and some plants and trees are prefer to grow in a bright sunlight, and some plants and trees are grows in hilly cold areas and some in hot areas, hot or desert areas, isn't it? Yes, we can see different types of plants and animals in our surroundings. See, these are all found in certain particular places. See, in this lesson, first you are going to learn about classification of plants according to the habitat. See, classification of plants according to habitat. See, plants differ from each other depending on the place where they grow. So, first we are going to learn about terrestrial plants. So, now ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ terrestrial plants ಬಗ್ಗೆ discussion ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Okay? Yes, right. Terrestrial plants means what? Terrestrial plants means plants are grow on land. Plants which are grow on land are called terrestrial plants. So, ಯಾವ plants land ಮೇಲೆ grow ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು terrestrial plants ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. See, some plants are grow on land, some plants are grow on water, and some plants are grow in water, isn't it? Yes, right. Yes, first we are going to know about what? Terrestrial plants. So, terrestrial plants ಅಲ್ಲಿ hilly areas ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇನ್ hilly areas. Yes, in hilly areas. Yes, in hilly areas normally there is a very cold in temperatures. So normally hilly areas ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ cold temperatures. In hilly areas we can see tall sharp trees. So tall ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ sharp trees ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. There is no branches in these trees. So ಆ trees ನಲ್ಲಿ branches ಇರಲ್ಲ. See for example ನಾವು trees ಅಂತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹೇಗೆ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? See ನೋಡೋಣ. ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ನಾವು ಟ್ರೀ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹೀಗೆ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೀಗೆ ಈ ಥರ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಈ ಥರ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ವೆರಿ ಟೋಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಕೋನ್ ಶೇಪ್ಡ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕೋನ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. So these type of trees we can found in hilly areas or in the cold and hilly areas. So normally hilly areas ಅಂದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ತುಂಬ cold temperature ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So that's why see in the hilly areas we can see these type of trees. See in these trees the leaves are pointed or a needle like structures. So ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನ leaves ಹೇಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, it's a look like a needle or a cone shaped leaves. Examples: pine, fir, cedar. See these are all the trees are normally grow in hilly areas. So ಈ ಥರದ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ಥರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, see normally in hilly areas it's a cold in place. See these trees, these plants do not shut down their leaves in autumn period. See these plants or trees are not shut down their leaves in autumn period. Do not fall or shut down. Fall off in autumn period. Okay, so normally so leaves are throughout there. So autumn period ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಯಾವ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೂ ಫಾಲ್ ಆಗೋಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದರೆ ಬೀಳೋಲ್ಲ, ಉದುರು ಬೀಳೋಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎವರ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಈ ಥರದ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀವಿ? ಎವರ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್. What we call these type of trees? Evergreen trees. Why? Because these trees do not fall off their leaves in autumn period. The leaves are in throughout there. So whole year ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇದರ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಬೀಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಡ್ರೈ ಆದಾಗ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಈಗೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಚಳಿಗಾಲದ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಗಳ ಉದುರ್ತಾ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಆದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಗಳು ಉದುರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಹಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪೈನ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಫರ್ ಆಗಲಿ, ಹಾಗೆ ಸಿಡರ್, ಈ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಈ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಉದುರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ? ಇನ್ ದ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಟೋಮನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಎವರ್ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಟ್ರೀಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ರೈಟ್. Yes, next, normally the spruce trees found in very cold areas. So spruce trees are found in very cold area. Okay, yes. Next one is in plains. So ಹಾಗಾದರೆ in plains ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ? Okay, yes, right. See, normally in hilly areas we find tall long trees. There is no branches in these trees, and these trees leaves are cone needle like structure, and these trees are not fall off their leaves in autumn period. they carry the leaves in throughout year, so that's why we call these trees are hilly areas or cold areas trees are evergreen trees. Okay, next is about in plains. As in plains, normally these trees have branched, they have a lot of branches in these trees. So ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಹಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್, ಅಂದರೆ ರೆಂಬೆ ಕೊಂಬೆಗಳು ತುಂಬ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓಕೆ, see, in plains they have a branches, but hilly areas trees they do not have any branches. Okay, see these trees or plants have many branches. Okay, yes, right. See, these trees are shut down their leaves in autumn period. See, these trees are shed their leaves in autumn period. ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಚಳಿಗಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಉದುರಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವಸಂತ ಮಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇಸಿಗೆ ಹೊಸ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಚಿಗುರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ವ, ಸೊ ವಸಂತ ಮಾಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಗಳು ಚಿಗುರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆಟೋಮನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಉದುರಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಸ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್, ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಹಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್. ಎಸ್ ಇನ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಹಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ they carry the leaves throughout the year, so we call it as a evergreen forest, evergreen trees. But in plains they shut down their leaves in autumn period, so that's why we call these plants or trees are called deciduous trees. What we call these plants? Deciduous. Because they shut down their leaves in autumn period. Okay, yes, right. Example for deciduous trees: teak, babel, and then shisham. Shisham are the trees or example for deciduous trees. Example for cold and hilly areas trees: pine, fir, spruce. So these are all the example for cold and hilly areas trees. We call what? Evergreen trees. But in plains they shut down their leaves in autumn period, so that's why we call these are all deciduous trees. Example for deciduous trees: teak, babel, and shisham. Okay, as next we are going to learn about in deserts. In deserts we can see different types of plants. Yes or no? What we call that one? We call that one as cactus. So normal now deserts alli yav tara trees na nodtivi? Cactus plants na nodtivi. Which type of plants we can see in desert? We can see cactus in desert. Okay, See which plant is this? Cactus. Yes, normally we can see this cactus plants in desert area. Desert area means it's a hot places. Yes, in deserts. Normally we can see which plant? Cactus. About cactus you learned in the last chapter, isn't it? See, last chapter alle cactus ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Okay, once again I will tell about cactus plants. See, normally cactus plants, they have no leaves. The leaves are reduced into what? Spines, isn't it? They have fleshy green stem. They have what? Fleshy green stem. So these green stem prepare food for the cactus plants. ಈ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಫುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಫುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಕ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ fleshy stem prepare food for the plants, and because it's reduce the rate of transpiration in hot places, in the desert places, isn't it? Yes, right. And this fleshy stem store water for the plants, and not only for preparing food, it helps to store water for the plants also. And the roots of these cactus plants are very long. ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ತುಂಬ ಉದ್ದ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ ದೇ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗೋ ಡೀಪ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಅರ್ತ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ವಾಟರ್. ದ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಅರ್ತ್. ಸೊ ನಾರ್ಮಲಿ ಹಾಟ್ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ಸಿಗೋದಕ್ಕೂ ತುಂಬ ಕಮ್ಮಿ, ಹಾಗೆ ಅದು ತುಂಬ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ತುಂಬ ಆಳದಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದೀಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಸ್ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ರೂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ತುಂಬ ಡೀಪ್ ತನಕ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ? ಇದರ ರೂಟ್ಸು ಗ್ರೋ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? ವಾಟರ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ರೈಟ್. ಎಸ್, ಇನ್ ಹಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ? ಇನ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸಿನ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಟ್ರೀಸ್ನ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಕ್ಯಾಕ್ಟಸ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎಸ್, ರೈಟ್. Yes, in hot and damp area. See, in hot and damp area, they have a lot of leaves. So in the plants like a coconut, see, teak, they have lot of narrow, so ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಉದ್ದನೆಯ ನೀಡಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ ದೀಸ್ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಶೆಡ್ ದ ಲೀವ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಆಟೋಮನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್. ಸೊ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏರಿಯಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಶಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ವಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಉದುರೋದಿಲ್ವೋ, ಅದೇ ತರಹ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಹಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ? ಲೀವ್ಸ್ನ ಶಟ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಶುಗರ್ ಕೇನ್, ಕೊಕೊನಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ teak, such. Okay, see these plants, they not shed their leaves in autumn period. Which one? Example, coconut, sugarcane, then rubber, and pepper. See, these plants do not shut down their leaves in autumn period. See, these plants and the trees are normally grow in hot and damp areas. Okay, yes, my dear students, in this class we learned about plants. See, normally plants are found in particular area. Certain plants are found in particular area. For example, lotus is found in grow on water, and cactus plants are grow in where? Desert. Yes, the classification of a plants according habitat we classify first is about terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants means plants which grows on land are called terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants means plants which grows on land is called terrestrial plants. As in cold hilly areas, normally we can find many different types of trees. See that one have cone shape. So the normally cone shape alirutte, and as well as their leaves also cone needle like structure. Okay, these plants do not shut down their leaves in a autumnal period. So that's why we called evergreen trees. Example for evergreen trees are pine, fir and spruce. Normally spruce trees are found in very cold area, very cold region. Okay, next is about plains. Yes, in plains these trees have many branches. But in cold hilly areas plants they have no branches, but in hilly areas plains areas plants have many branches and they shut down their leaves in autumnal period. So that's why we call deciduous trees. Example for deciduous trees are teak, babul and shisham. And next in a desert area, so normally in desert area is a very hot places, we found it in that place we found only cactus plants. Cactus plants are found in desert area. See, in these plants they have no leaves, the leaves are reduced into thorns to reduce the rate of transpiration, rate of water transpiration, and the fleshy green stem store water for the plants, and they have a very long roots to deep, very long deep roots they have see to get water from the earth. So adu water na absorb ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ they have a very long roots. Okay, and next in hot and damp areas where they have a lot of leaves and they do not shut down the leaves in autumnal period. Examples coconut, sugarcane, rubber and pepper. These plants are example for these are all plants are normally grow in hot and damp areas. Okay, yes. Thank you my dear students.